Hi everyone, I'm Beth with Bodies by Pilates. Today I'm going to take you through a 20-minute abs express class. Today I'm going to be using our Pilates ball, but if you don't have a Pilates ball, you can always use a pillow or a bath towel rolled up. We are going to use it behind our lower spine today just to protect it. We'll be going through 10 exercises, doing each exercise for a minute. For a total of 10 minutes. We'll take about a minute break and then we'll do our second round. So let's come on down to our mat. We're going to start today with our roll-ups. So we're going to start with our ball. I'm going to have you start all the way back. I'm going to get the timer started and we're going to do roll-ups for 1 minute. So here we go. We lie all the way back. We have the ball between our hands. We reach up towards the ceiling, taking that big inhale. Feet are flat. On our exhale, we nod the chin to the chest. We roll all the way up and over that imaginary ball. Reach for our toes. Take that inhale and exhale as we roll it down. So you can take it at your own pace here. It's not about how many we do, but the quality in which we do them. You really need to pull or scoop those abs in, belly button to spine. Take that reach. Make sure that you feel each vertebrae coming down onto the mat individually. We've got less than 20 seconds here. Do not hold your breath. Use your breath to help you come up into that roll up. We've got time for one more here. Take those arms up to the ceiling, reach back overhead, take that breath, bring those arms up, pull those shoulder blades down, scoop in those abs, reach up and over. You're going to take that ball. You're going to wedge it right behind your tailbone here. You're going to bend those knees coming up on your sits bones. Hold it back, hinging off. Take those arms out in front of you. I want you to reach long here. Bring it right back up in front. So you want to pull those abs in so that you don't have any doming. The chest is nice and wide. You're leaning into the ball, but not relaxed into the ball. And you really want to pull those abs in, pulling that belly button to your spine. Good. You're hinged back to the point where you feel a little earthquake or a little shaking sensation there. That is working those abdominal muscles. Good. We've got less than 10 seconds. And then we're going to start with alternating reaches, lifting each foot in 3, 2, 1. We hold those arms out long. We reach and reach. So you've got some rotation happening here. You're still hinged back. That ball is still right behind that tailbone. Excellent. Keep those arms nice and wide here. Use that breath. Alternating side to side. Keep that chest lifted. Pull that belly button to spine. We've got less than 30 seconds here. We've got rotation as well as flexion in the core. 20 seconds to go. We're going to switch this up to a Russian twist. If we need to adjust the ball, we'll do so, but it's going to stay right behind that spine. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you need to adjust the ball, go ahead and do so. We're still hinged back. We're rotating at the core. We're bringing that belly button back towards the spine. Try to keep those knees nice and quiet here. Just feel the rotation through the center of the body. Lift up through the chest, open the collarbones nice and wide. This Russian twist, side to side. We've got one more exercise using the ball here before we go all the way down to the mat. We've got 25 seconds to go. Yes, you got it. Nice and strong. Less than 15 seconds. Really feel that rotation through the core. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come up onto those sits bones. We're going to hinge back and reach back and then up and rotate and reach. So we still have that rotation in the core happening. And we've also got that hinge back. So the core is really working. We've got the obliques engaged as we reach back. The whole abdominal wall is engaged. We've got less than 30 seconds here. We'll take that ball out and finally come down. Come back up on those sits bones each time. And then instead of just falling here into the core, I want you to reach back nice and long. Come on up. Keep those shoulder blades pulling back. So try not to round at the chest. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to take that ball out. Come on back. You're coming into your basic crunch here. And so tailbone is heavy. You've got that natural arch. You're going to take the hands behind the head. So because our feet are on the mat right now, we can have a neutral spine, which means it does not need to be imprinted. Our back is flat or imprinted when our feet are off the mat. Keep the chest wide. Look up towards that ceiling as opposed to yanking on the neck, looking towards the thighs. We've got about 20 seconds to go here. Our next move is our alternating toe taps. So with that, our feet do come off the mat. We need to imprint that back. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Head comes down, arms come down, feet go into tabletop. We push our back down automatically. We hinge at the hip. So relax the chest, scoop the abs in. If you're having trouble keeping that spine down, you bring those knees a little closer towards the chest that pushes the back down. If you need a greater challenge, you take those knees right over those hips, okay? And then try not to just drop the foot and tap it. That really doesn't give you as much of a move as if you're hinging. So those toes reach forward. So the way that works more is the lever or the weight goes further away from the body, creating greater challenge for you. Good. We've got 10 more seconds. We're going to move into our dead bug, opposite arm and opposite leg. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs stay in a tabletop. Arms come up towards the ceiling. Opposite arm, opposite leg reach. Back has to be imprinted. Legs are off the mat. So if this is a little bit too challenging, we just take the foot a little higher and we keep that back imprinted. If you need a greater challenge, you take that leg a little closer to the mat. Good. Keep those shoulders pulling back each time. Use that breath. We've got 2 more moves after this, and then we get a break. Keep that back, pushing into the mat, belly button to spine. Good, less than 15 seconds here. We've got our scissors next. So if the head, neck, and shoulders still need a break, we'll keep them on the mat. Otherwise, we're going to lift them. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs go up towards the ceiling. They do not need to be perfectly straight. Head, neck, and shoulders are going to come up. We're going to alternate lowering one leg at a time and then bringing it up. So we've got those low transverse abs that wrap around the core, working really hard to keep the leg from falling towards the mat. So again, if this is too much for the head, neck, and shoulders, we just take it down. And once again, those legs are off the mat, so back is imprinted. We've got one move after this. That's our forward plank. We're going to hold the plank for 1 minute. You got it. Using that breath, keeping that chest open. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, lower those legs. We're going to come into our plank position. Now you can do this on your palms or on your forearms, but I want want you to do is dome up through that shoulder bridge. Think about lifting off of your mat. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Shoulders are right over top of wrists. We're pushing long through the heels of our feet. Our hips are tucked. Our abs are pulling in. Excellent. Don't drop the head, but keep the head aligned with the back. We've got less than 30 seconds to go here. We'll come down into child's pose and just stretch before we do our second round. We've got 20 seconds to go. Keep that breath going. Push long through those heels. Grow from right above those kneecaps. Scoop in that belly. Lower those hips. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Spread the knees. Bring the soles of the feet together and sit those hips back. Whew, good job, everyone. That was tough. So let those arms just fall down to the mat. Catch your breath here. A little active recovery stretch. Try to get those hips down on those heels. Pull the shoulders away from your ears. And let the breathing return to normal. Good job. Take a sip of water if you need it. So our second round, we're going to be a little fatigued. So just remember, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. So work on that form and modify if you need to. So go ahead and grab that ball. We're going to start with those roll-ups. So come on all the way down. Take those arms behind your head. And here we go. We take that breath. We scoop the abs in, nod the chin to the chest. We reach up and over, getting that stretch. We take that inhale. We exhale, trying to feel each vertebrae as we come down. Now, if this is too challenging this second round, you can always bend the knees and come up that way. I really did learn that if you hold your breath, it makes it so much harder. If you use your breath to your advantage, you'll find yourself getting up easier. You have to pull that belly button to that spine. Good. We've got time for one or two more, depending on how quickly you're doing them. Good, we're gonna come up. We're gonna take that ball behind, wedge it right behind that spine. Take those knees and bend them, come up on those sits bones, then hinge back. Take those arms out in front of you. We've got our earthquake here. So remember, if you're not feeling any shaking sensation or that little quaking, maybe you need to hinge back just a little bit more. Now just check in to make sure that those abs are not doming. Pull those shoulder blades back. Think about that big wingspan reach. So in this move, our arms are acting as those weights. As they come away from the midline, they create more resistance. We try to lift up through the core here. Using that breath once again. I like to reach long, and then as I contract back to center, blow it all out. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to stay hinged back here. We're going to open those arms out. We're going to reach for the opposite toe. Good. So we've got a little rotation through the spine here. And that contraction of bringing that leg towards the chest, that's creating those transverse abs, making them nice and strong. Those are our deep abdominals. They're hard to get to. So as you contract, you bring them in, but I over-dramatize that one. You definitely don't want to hinge over like that. You want to keep the chest nice and open. We've got 20 seconds to go here. We're going to change this into our Russian twist. So continuing with those obliques as well. You can adjust the ball if you need to. For your prop, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm just going to make sure that it's wedged right back there to protect my low spine. I've hinged back. I'm rotating side to side, trying to keep those legs nice and quiet. So Sometimes if you keep them together, it's a little bit easier. Keep that chest lifted, keep those abs pulling in. Use that breath. Excellent. We've got one more move using this ball after this, coming up in 30 seconds. We're going to do those reach backs. So we'll come up onto those sits bones to start. Arms will be in front of us. We're going to hinge off of them, reaching back and rotating. In 15 seconds. Keep those knees quiet right now. Keep that chest wide. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We come up on those sit bones. Arms are forward. We reach back and rotate and up and back and reach. It's a nice flowing motion here. If you were to poke yourself in those ribs, you would feel those obliques. Oh, so tight. Feels so good. We're halfway done with our second round. It's going by so fast. In 30 seconds, we're going to take that ball out. We're going to go to our basic crunch. It's a little bit of an active recovery move. Since we're getting our heart rate up just a little bit here. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We take that ball out. We come on down to the center of our mat. Our feet are bent, knees are bent up towards the ceiling. Hands come behind our head. We begin lifting and lowering that chest. So the hands are clasped behind your head, just cradling the head here, but not pulling on the neck. The pull is coming from the core. So you're lifting right at that chest. You're not leading necessarily with the chin, but you're trying to lead with the chest here. Remember, we have a neutral spine right now. Our feet are on the mat. We've got about 20 seconds to go. We're going to keep our head, neck, and shoulders on the mat for the next move, which is our alternating toe taps. Our feet are going to come up into that 90-degree angle or tabletop. So our back has to be imprinted in 3, 2, 1. Arms come down by your side. Palms can be up or down. Feet come into tabletop. So once again, if your back is having trouble imprinting, you just bring those knees a little closer to the chest. If that's not a problem for you, you take those knees right over top those hips. Try not to round those shoulders forward. And remember, you're not changing the angle of the knee. So you're not just flopping the foot down. Pull that belly button to that spine. We've got about 25 seconds to go here. Relax that chest, relax that neck, and pull that shoulder, those shoulders open and back. Good. Right from here, we're going to go into that dead bug. It's coming up in about 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come up, alternating, straightening up. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Back stays imprinted once again. Use that breath. Relaxing the neck, keeping the collarbones wide. Push that back down. Same thing goes here. If you're having trouble, the knee can come a little closer to the chest, and the extending leg can go just a little bit higher. That keeps that back imprinted. We've got about 20 seconds to go. We've got our scissors and then our plank, and that's it. You got it. Oh, it feels so good. It hurts, but it's a good hurt. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs go up to the ceiling. It doesn't mean they need to be exactly straight. Head, neck, and shoulders will come up, lifting from the chest. We're going to lower and lift. So alternating legs, taking our time here, waiting to lower the other leg. Once the extended leg comes right back up. Good. If this is too much tension on the neck, just place the head, neck, and shoulders down. Keep that back imprinted. Coming up on our final 30 seconds of this move, and then all we have left is our plank. We'll stretch it out from there. You got it. Can you come up just a little bit more? Keeping those shoulders pulling back. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come down. We rotate over onto our plank or all fours, and then hit that plank position. So you can do this on your forearms or your palms. Spread those palms wide if you're on your hands, and then just make sure that those shoulders are over top of those wrists. So you shouldn't be way far back like this. You want to make sure the shoulders are right over top of the wrist. That's going to make it a little more challenging. You can always come down to your knees if you need to. Just tuck the hips and pull the abs up, okay? We've got 25 seconds left. Scoop that belly in, belly button to spine. Hips are low. Shoulder bridge is pulling up. So we're doming through the shoulder bridge. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Spread them wide. Bring the soles of the feet together. And just lower yourself down into a child's pose here. Go ahead and catch your breath. Relax the shoulders down away from your ears. Really let those hips just sort of relax onto those heels. It takes a second here. So give yourself time for those hip flexors to open. Good. Then let's go ahead and walk those arms over to the right. I like to take the left and cross it over the right, pull the shoulder blades down, and then really sink into that left hip. Trying to get the left hip down on the left heel. I feel that big stretch down the left side body. Opening up those obliques. I uncross those arms and I walk them over to the other side. I'm going to cross the right over the left. Oh, feels so good. Go ahead and get that right hip down on that right heel. Pull those shoulders down away from your ears. Feel the stretch on the right side body. Good, let's uncross those arms. Let's come up into a 4-point kneeling position here. So in our 4-point kneeling position or quadruped position, make sure those shoulders are right over top those wrists. Those knees are right underneath those hips. Pull out of the arms. So that's going to bring the shoulder blades up as opposed to letting them sink in. That really hurts the shoulders when you do that. Scoop in the abs to flatten out the back. Good, the abs have to be engaged. I want you to take a big inhale through your nose. Feel those lungs expand with all that air. And as you blow it out, I want you to contract the belly up, rounding through the back. The eyes go towards the thighs. And then take a big inhale, push the hips back, gently lower the belly, lift the chest, and lift the gaze. And then exhale, blow it all out, round it back up. Inhale, push it out and down. Good. Take a couple more at your pace here, just getting that flowing motion through the core and through the spine. And then maybe just wag that tail right and left, taking that hip bone up towards that last rib, feeling that flexion in the side body there. Good. And then come back to center. Maybe you can even rock it back, feeling the back expand, creating space and length in between the vertebrae. Feels so good. And then coming back to all fours once again. Let's curl those toes under. Let's walk those hands back. We start to shift the weight over the feet. The knees will come up, the heels come down. We walk those hands back just a little bit more. We unfold the legs and let the body just fold over here. This is our forward fold over. Let the back of the body expand. Let the head hang heavy, meaning the crown of the head is looking at the mat, not the forehead. Then sway the hips right and left. Once again, creating that flexion in the side body. And then just set the hips square. Let's sway the upper body right and left. Let those arms just flow. Let the head hang heavy. Good. Let's come back to that fold over here. One more big stretch through the back of the legs. Take that inhale. As you exhale, let's start to restack the spine. Let's go ahead and place one vertebrae on top of the other, up against that imaginary wall behind us. Roll those shoulders back. Good. Let's go ahead and take a big inhale up. Grab that left wrist with that right hand. Pull those shoulders down, lengthen, and then just side bend over. Keep that forearm right next to that ear. Come up through center, switch it out. Right wrist is grabbed by the left hand. Lengthen and then side bend over. Good. Come back up to center. Let's go ahead and cactus those arms out. Look up towards the ceiling, opening up the throat, opening up the chest. Pull the shoulder blades together. Reach up one more time. And blow it all out. Thanks everyone for joining me for an Abs Express class today. If you're interested in more videos, please subscribe to my channel, or you can also attend a class with me online by visiting my website at bodiesbypilates.net. Thanks again, and I hope to see you back here real soon.